In the quiet echoes of a world unseen, a journey begins. Not across lands of soil and stone, but through the landscapes of the soul. We follow a traveler, nameless, for they are you, and they are me. They walk through valleys of sorrow, where the very air is heavy with tears, and climb mountains of fleeting joy, where laughter hangs like morning mist. The traveler carries a weight, not in their pack, but in their spirit. It is the weight of 1,000 battles fought, of words like sharpened stones, of actions that left scars deeper than any blade could reach. They seek a weapon, a shield, something to fend off the shadows that dance at the edge of their vision. They find a sword, cold and heavy, forged in the fires of anger and fear. It gleams with a promise of power, a promise of an end to pain. Gripping the hilt, the world seems to shrink, to sharpen. Every whisper becomes a threat, every shadow a foe. The sword demands a target, it thirsts for conflict. But in the desolate plain of their own making, the traveler finds only their reflection in the polished steel. The enemy has their own eyes. The enemy is the echo of their own fear. Is this strength, to stand armed and alone in a wasteland of suspicion, to win a war only to lose the world? The traveler's hand trembles. The sword feels heavier now, not with power, but with despair. It is a chain, not a key. Letting it fall, the clang rings with a terrible finality, a surrender. But in surrender, a new sound emerges, a gentle, rhythmic beat, thump-thump, thump-thump. It is not the drumbeat of war, but the quiet, persistent pulse of their own heart. Kneeling, the traveler looks inward. Past the armor of ego and the fortress of pride, they find a space, small at first, but warm. It is a place of stillness, where a single and tarnished memory resides. A memory of kindness given, of a hand held without reason, of forgiveness offered when it was least deserved. This is the heart's true chamber. It glows. A soft, resilient light against the encroaching darkness. The surreal landscape begins to shift. The jagged rocks of resentment soften into moss-covered stones. The barren ground sprouts with timid, green shoots. The traveler walks on, no longer seeking a weapon, but carrying this light. They encounter figures in this inner world, specters of past hurts, ghosts of old failures. They do not raise a fist. They do not draw a line in the sand. Instead, they offer the light. An old warrior, cloaked in the shadows of regret, stands before them. Their eyes hold a storm of unspeakable battles. The traveler does not challenge them. They simply hold out their glowing heart, an offering without words. The light touches the warrior, and the heavy armor they wear dissolves into a cascade of shimmering dust. A single tear traces a path down the warrior's cheek, not of sadness, but of release. Further on, they come to a river, its waters dark and turbulent, choked with the debris of broken promises and harsh judgments. The traveler dips their hand into the current, and the light from their heart spreads, a warm, golden ripple. The water begins to clear. Faces appear beneath the surface, not in accusation, but in peace. Their features softened by the gentle flow of acceptance. The river of pain becomes a river of healing, carrying the old wounds away toward a vast, quiet sea. The traveler sees that the sword they dropped has not been left to rust. Where it fell, the tree has grown. Its branches are not of wood, but of crystal, and from them hang not leaves, but countless tiny mirrors. Each mirror reflects a different face, a different story, a different soul. It is a tree of connection, grown from the seed of a conflict surrendered. Strength was never in the blade, it was in the letting go. As the journey nears its end, the traveler arrives at a clearing bathed in dawn's first light. In the center stands a child, their laughter like the sound of tiny bells. The child holds no weapon, wears no armor. Their power is in their openness, their trust, their unconditional love. The child runs to the traveler and offers them a simple, glowing flower. In that moment, the traveler understands. The greatest power is the ability to receive love, to give it, to *it. It is the courage to remain open in a world that urges you to close. The inner landscape is no longer a battleground, but a garden. The pure heart did not conquer the darkness, it illuminated it, showing that the shadows were merely the absence of its own light. It did not defeat the enemy. It embraced the reflection and healed the wound that created the division. The journey concludes. But the path remains. It is the path we all walk. The choice is ours, every day, every moment, to pick up the sword of judgment and fear, or to nurture the quiet and yielding light within our own hearts. One leads to isolation in a conquered land. The other, to a world blooming with connection, watered by the grace of forgiveness. Thank you for joining this journey with us. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing and sharing it with others who might be walking a similar path. Until next time, walk in light.